The Second Journey to Egypt by Ginzberg. When the supplies bought in Egypt were eaten up, and the family of Jacob began to suffer with hunger, the little children came to him, and they said, "Give us bread, that we die not of hunger before thee." The words of the little ones brought scorching tears to the eyes of Jacob, and he summoned his sons and bade them go again down into Egypt and buy food. But Judah spake unto him, "The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying that we should not see his face, except our brother Benjamin be with us, and we cannot appear before him with idle pretexts." And Jacob said, "Wherefore dealt ye so ill with me as to tell the man whether ye had yet a brother?" It was the first and only time Jacob indulged in empty talk, and God said, "I made it my business to raise his son to the position of ruler of Egypt, and he complains and says, Wherefore dealt ye so ill with me?" And Judah protested against the reproach that he had initiated the Egyptian viceroy in their family relations with the words, "Why, he knew the very wood of which our baby coaches are made." 228 Father, he continued, "If Benjamin goes with us, he may indeed be taken from us, but also he may not. This is a doubtful matter, but it is certain that if he does not go with us we shall all die of hunger. It is better not to concern thyself about what is doubtful, and guide thy actions by what is certain. The king of Egypt is a strong and mighty king, and if we go to him without our brother, we shall all be put to death. Dost thou not know, and hast thou not heard, that this king is very powerful and wise, and there is none like unto him in all the earth? We have seen all the kings of the earth, but none like unto the king of Egypt. One would surely say that among all the kings of the earth there is none greater than Abimelech king of the Philistines, yet the king of Egypt is greater and mightier than he, and Abimelech can hardly be compared with one of his officers. Father, thou hast not seen his palace and his throne, and all his servants standing before him. Thou hast not seen that king upon his throne, in all his magnificence and with his royal insignia, arrayed in his royal robes, with a large golden crown upon his head. Thou hast not seen the honor and the glory that God hath given unto him, for there is none like unto him in all the earth. Father, thou hast not seen the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge that God has given in his heart. We heard his sweet voice when he spake unto us. We know not, Father, who acquainted him with our names and all that befell us. He asked also concerning thee, saying, Is your father still alive, and is it well with him? Thou hast not seen the affairs of the government of Egypt regulated by him, for none asketh his lord Pharaoh about them. Thou hast not seen the awe and the fear that he imposes upon all the Egyptians. Even we went out from his presence threatening to do unto Egypt as unto the cities of the Amorites, and exceedingly wroth by reason of all his words that he spake concerning us as spies. Yet when we came again before him, his terror fell upon us all, and none of us was able to speak a word to him, great or small. Now therefore, Father, send the lad with us, and we will arise and go down into Egypt and buy food to eat, that we die not of hunger." Judah offered his portion in the world to come as surety for Benjamin, and thus solemnly he promised to bring him back safe and sound, and Jacob granted his request, and permitted Benjamin to go down into Egypt with his other sons. They also carried with them choice presents from their father for the ruler of Egypt, things that arouse wonder outside of Palestine, such as the murex, which is the snail that produces the Tyrian purple, and various kinds of balm, and almond oil and pistachio oil, and honey as hard as stone. Furthermore, Jacob put double money in their hand to provide against a rise in prices in the meantime. And after all these matters were attended to, he spake to his sons, saying, Here is money, and here is a present, and also your brother. Is there aught else that you need? And they replied, Yes, we need this, besides that thou shouldst intercede for us with God. Then their father prayed, 231 O Lord, thou who at the time of creation didst call enough to heaven and earth when they stretched themselves out further and further toward infinity, set a limit to my sufferings too, say unto them enough. 232 God Almighty give you mercy before the ruler of Egypt, that he may release unto you Joseph, Simon, and Benjamin. This prayer was an intercession, not only for the sons of Jacob, but also for their descendants, that God would deliver the 10 tribes in time to come, as he delivered the 2, Judah and Benjamin, and after he permitted the destruction of 2 temples, he would grant endless continuance to the third 233. Jacob also put a letter addressed to the viceroy of Egypt into the hands of his son. The letter ran thus, From thy servant Jacob, the son of Isaac, the grandson of Abraham, prince of God, to the mighty and wise King Zaphenath-Paneah, the ruler of Egypt, peace. I make known unto my lord the king that the famine is sore with us in the land of Canaan, and I have therefore sent my sons unto thee, to buy us a little food, that we may live and not die. My children surrounded me, and begged for something to eat, but alas, I am very old, and I cannot see with mine eyes, for they are heavy with the weight of years. and also on account of my never-ceasing tears for my son Joseph, who hath been taken from me, I charged my sons not to pass through the gate all together at the same time, when they arrived in the city of Egypt, in consideration of the inhabitants of the land, that they might not take undue notice of them. Also I bade them go up and down in the land of Egypt, and seek my son Joseph, mayhap they would find him there. This did they do, but thou didst therefore account them as spies. We have heard the report of thy wisdom and sagacity. How then canst thou look upon their countenances, and yet declare them to be spies? Especially as we have heard thou didst interpret Pharaoh's dream, and didst foretell the coming of the famine, are we amazed that thou in thy discernment couldst not distinguish whether they be spies or not. And now, O my lord king, I send unto thee my son Benjamin, as thou didst demand of my other sons. I pray thee, take good care of him until thou sendest him back to me in peace with his brethren. Hast thou not heard, and dost thou not know, what our God did unto Pharaoh when he took our mother Sarah unto himself? Or what happened unto Abimelech on account of her, and what our father Abraham did unto the 9 kings of Elam, how he killed them and exterminated their armies, though he had but few men with him? Or hast thou not heard what my 2 sons Simon and Levi did to the 8 cities of the Amorites, which they destroyed on account of their sister Dinah? Benjamin consoled them for the loss of Joseph. What then will they do unto him that stretcheth forth the hand of power to snatch him away from them? Knowest thou not, O king of Egypt, that the might of our God is with us, and that he always hearkens unto our prayers and never forsakes us? Had I called upon God to rise up against thee when my sons told me how thou didst act toward them, thou and thy people, ye all would have been annihilated ere Benjamin could come down to thee. But I reflected that Simon my son was abiding in thy house, and perhaps thou wast doing kindnesses unto him, and therefore I invoked not the punishment of God upon thee. Now my son Benjamin goeth down unto thee with my other sons. Take heed unto thyself, keep thy eyes directed upon him, and God will direct his eye upon all thy kingdom. I have said all now that is in my heart. My sons take their youngest brother down into Egypt with them, and do thou send them all back to me in peace. This letter Jacob put into the keeping of Judah, charging him to deliver it to the ruler of Egypt. His last words to his sons were an admonition to take good care of Benjamin, and not leave him out of their sight, either on the journey or after their arrival in Egypt. He bade farewell to them and then turned in prayer to God, saying, O Lord of heaven and earth, remember thy covenant with our father Abraham. Remember also my father Isaac, and grant grace unto my sons, and deliver them not into the hands of the king of Egypt. O my God, do it for the sake of thy mercy, redeem my sons and save them from the hands of the Egyptians, and restore their 2 brethren unto them. Also the women and the children in the house of Jacob prayed to God amid tears, and entreated him to redeem their husbands and their fathers out of the hands of the king of Egypt. 2-3-4.